music that you have been listening for a few seconds is called Toilet Romance. And this piece of music was written not by a human being, not sang by a human being, but it's from AI. And as you can see, if you were to be able to prompt the AI, it can do all kinds of things for you. It can write your business plan, it can do your next speech, it can write the next song. So it's quite dangerous as you start to realize that the AI can actually replace a lot of jobs. Okay. Then what about our educational system? Our educational system is stuck in the last century, where knowledge is power, where every student sits in rows and rows of tables and chairs looking like plantation cabbages, all looking the same, wearing the same uniform, learning the same history lesson, everything exactly the same, and then take the same examination and pass with the same grading system. Now what happened to these children who graduated from the plantation? They go to society and they were shocked that society is not a plantation but a rainforest. And the rainforest is chaotic in their point of view because they really cannot cope. They get stressed. And actually the rainforest is a higher level of order that they could not understand. Our educational system in Singapore has $2.8 billion of tuition classes. That means education is not good enough. You must go to tuition on weekend, on evening, and get some mental health problem because your parents want to pressure cook you until you're so stressed you lost your childhood. And this is not education. This is torture. What we need to do is to understand that after you pass all this examination and get all this grade, you are going to be replaced by ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Manus, Agentic AI, Sora can make video for you, and your computer to the brain interface will connect and upload your brain to the cloud eventually. And also, the quantum computing is going to be able to compute faster than any of the computing systems today, and they have already started the quantum chip. I have also taken taxi in San Francisco, in Arizona, and I heard that in Wuhan, the same type of taxi, where there's no driver. And I just sit next to it and watch the steering wheel go round and round. They can park, they can decide how to give way. And where are all the Grab driver, the delivery guys, where are all the jobs? The routine jobs will all disappear. And you are exactly trained by the educational system to do routine job. How dangerous it is. What you need to do is to learn human skill. What is human skill? It is the skill that the robots cannot do, because you cannot be a better robot. You can only be a better human being. And a better human being is better than a robot. But now you are not prepared for it. So I will tell you a little bit about my personal story. I failed O-level, and therefore I'm not part of the educational system. I was having ADHD, the teacher always asked me to stand outside. I'm an outstanding student, but I failed everything. So I became a salesman, because you don't need a degree to be a salesman. I was a good salesman, and then I started businesses. I started to build factories to produce clay roof tiles, bricks, and I even started the Australian International School in Singapore with 3,500 students, 1 kilometer long, brand new school, but I also don't know how to operate the school. All you have to do to start a business is to find a problem that nobody has solved or served well, and then employ the people who know how to do it, who have degrees, to run it and just borrow the money from the bank and assemble a little bit of investors' money. And I did 16 such companies, and I made a lot of money, 16 companies, and I realized that doing business is so much easier than studying. So try to do doing rather than studying. So after 16 companies, I reached the age of 40. That means I started business at 24. When I reached 40, another thing happened. I started to ask myself, I have enough money to retire, but when do I die? I die at 80. Singapore male die about 81.5 and women about 84 or something like that. But the last few years are no good. They are all sick. You have dementia, cancer, ulcer, diabetes, kidney dialysis. Something will happen to you, don't worry. So I started my countdown on my phone. How many days there is left? It's 14,600 days. So today I have 4,370 days more to live till my 80th birthday. So in that case, I don't want to make any more money because selling time to buy money is a loss-making business when time is priceless and money is not something you're going to use beyond your normal life. So money beyond what is your lifestyle is useless, and you don't want to exchange precious time for useless money. So what is the highest exchange for time? I discovered that it is service. So I went to India and I saw people pooping along the road, no toilet, and the woman on the other side. And I say, how could the world have 40% of the world population without toilet and nobody want to talk about it? Nobody want to address this problem. Because it is an ugly issue, it's disgusting. People want to take charismatic agenda like panda and polar bear and ice melting, but they don't want to talk about poop and toilet and sanitation. And then 2 million people die of diarrhea every year, and 2.5 billion people don't have toilets. So I started the WTO, World Toilet Organization, not World Trade. I was hoping that the World Trade Organization will sue me and I will be very famous. But they didn't sue me, so I became very famous. We were founded on the 19th of November in 2001. This year is our 25th anniversary. If you don't talk about something, you cannot improve. So I use humor, I make jokes about myself, I do this kind of comic pictures. And then we hosted World Toilet Summit in Singapore, in Beijing, in Moscow, in Africa, in Brazil. And everybody started talking about the toilet, and the media coverage every year, around 3 billion people read about our World Toilet Organization or World Toilet Day. By 2007, President Abdul Kalam opened our World Toilet Summit with 6 ministers and the Crown Prince of the Netherlands, who became the king of the Netherlands today. And all the politicians in India realized that they can use toilet to win election. So we make them compete, promising more toilets to each other, until the culture spread all over the world, and we went to Nigeria. The president of Nigeria hosted our World Toilet Summit with the number 2 at the UN Secretary General, Deputy UN Secretary General also came, and President Clinton also came. I am just a person who have no authority, no permission. My government never fund me a single dollar or even help me other than one particular table of the UN resolution. But by telling stories about what we need to do, the whole world leaders start calling me. And they phone and they say, President Clinton want to meet you, would you come to New York? Of course. If you fly me, I go anywhere. And we do get all this support. And Matt Damon came to promote World Toilet Day, 19 November. And so when you start to think, how did I get to know these people? I don't know them. It's called Hollywood style. Don't call us, we'll call you. Do not call people, make them call you. And when you are always in the news, they will call you. So what you need to do is to have gumption, and you have to attract people. So Bill Gates started to realize sanitation is important, and he started to invest $400 million in new sanitation technology. What I have done is to use other people's money, other people's effort, other people's time, brand, authority, power. Never use your own, because you have nothing. Use other people. And if you are able to use other people, you can achieve anything as long as you can get others to do it. This is the way you can scale and solve world problems. So eventually I went to the United Nations together with the Singapore Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we tabled the UN resolution to adopt our founding day as the official UN World Toilet Day. And it received unanimous vote. And so I created a UN Day. And all 193 countries adopted this, and now every country is very serious promoting sanitation. So you can see Prime Minister Modi came to Singapore with 2 national flags with a very official thank you handshake. And these are the kind of legitimacy that allow me to go to India and do great work again. So in such a picture, you can see mutual exploitation. He uses me to promote sanitation, I uses him for legitimacy. We went to India and built World Toilet Colleges and trained 30,000 sanitation workers, toilet cleaner, sewer workers. And Jay-Z and Coldplay performed on World Toilet Day, I mean both of them, not just one of them, to 80,000 free tickets in Mumbai, and I didn't organize it. Global Citizen is owned by Coldplay, and they organized it. And you can see the effect of getting other people to do things in their own name. Do not claim the credit. Let them do it, and they will go. President Xi started to realize that if India, Modi is toilet champion, he is also toilet champion. So he started the China Toilet Revolution, and I changed my clothing to Cultural Revolution guy. We went to rural Henan, and we saw that the toilets were very, very bad condition. There's no privacy, there's just a hole in the ground, and a lot of flies, and very disgusting to go to the toilet. So we created Rainbow School Toilet, which is flush toilet, and we got the students to clean it. And after 17 toilets that we have built, we gave the program to the Ministry of Education of China, and they used it to build 215,000 schools. This is the way. Use other people. Never do it yourself. We went to make movies. I have my own movie. You can watch this on YouTube. Mr. Toilet was #2 man, and Akshay Kumar is a Bollywood star, and he also made a toilet movie. In Brazil, 50% of all their sewage are not treated. They flush and it goes to the drain in front of their house, and then the flies goes to the neighborhood. The children eat the food that is contaminated by the flies, because the flies goes to the poop, and their feet has all this poop, and they step on the food, right? So this food poisoning, and the neighborhood are very smelly. So I went to lobby the Brazilian Senate, 79 senators, and I got 65 votes, and they changed the law to privatize all their sewage treatment plant that is owned by the government. And we attracted to date $14 billion investment into these plants. And it is profitable because the favelas people in the slum are willing to pay for the service. So you just go around acting as if you can do it, and then you can do it. In the last 25 years, which I've been working for free, we have 2.5 billion people have toilet, with 193 countries celebrate World Toilet Day every year. I broke the taboo on sanitation, 3 billion eyeball per year, 19 World Toilet Summit, and my media budget is 0 cent. So I didn't spend anything except that I work for free. So I've even created a university system, and I became a professor along the way. You know, I was a school failure. And I have 2 honorary doctorate now, so I'm actually Dr. Sim. And I teach at NUS, and here is my course, how to leverage everybody. And you have to pay for it if you want to. So what is the skill that you need? You need to learn 7 C's. You need to learn curiosity, courage, compassion, commitment, collaboration, communication, community, and calmness, which you have heard before. You have to be calm in order to be brave and to have all this. And you can't be a better robot, so you have to be a better human being. Now the last slide. If AI can do everything, then what is human being for? Here's the good news. The whole world economy cannot function without a customer. Human beings are customers. We have emotion. We find meaning in our life. We love, we suffer, we have joy, we have intimacy. But the most important superpower that you have, that you didn't realize until today, is that you eat and you poop. Robots is unable to eat and unable to poop. And because they don't have these 2 superpowers, they are not a customer. So you will always be needed because you eat and you poop. Learn Gumption today and don't be a robot. Thank you very much.